of the season. So I'm on my way to Chizi Duru's, the Afro Brunch event. It's currently 1:35. The event was supposed to start at 1. I'll probably get there at 2. Chiren is in the car with me. And like my mom and sister are going to come pick him up and take him to their house. Yeah. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. So yeah, this is the traffic on the street, yo. It's deep. So this hair is the Passion Twist from Adlux Collections, and I used the Newborn Beauty Foundation again today. I'm wearing a really cute two-piece from Fablane by James Line, Bloom by FBB. It's one of like my Black Friday purchases. My necklace is from Uzo Jewelry, and my earrings are from Dubai. Yeah, I'm moving. So I wanted to go to Latana Ventures to get like Christmas decorations and Christmas cards and Christmas fragrances like pumpkin and cinnamon and spiced apple and stuff. So I might go there when the event ends because today is Thursday and they close at 6 and the event's supposed to end at 5. But this traffic, y'all, at 1:30 and children have clothes from school. Like, you guys, 30 minutes later and we're still on November. Like, Lagos how? And Google Maps told me 30 minutes from my house. So we just got to the venue 1 whole hour after from Lekki 1, and it's actually the Old Browns Cafe. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Like, I'm so tired and demotivated. So yeah, not nice. Lagos isn't nice. 30 December traffic isn't fun. It's not cute at all. It looks good though. I should park here. Okay. Hey guys, so it is currently 3:30. The event hasn't started because they had sound issues, but everyone is outside now, so it should start any second. And I will just show you what it looks like. I actually forgot my mic, so I hope the audio is okay.
So please help me welcome our panelists. We have Dimma Umeh. Ooh, that's my mother in the YouTube space. She has over 300,000 subscribers. Our club now. You think it's easy? We have Fisayo Fosudo, our tech baba. Anything tech, he got you. He has over 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Guys, now put effort in this team. They put effort to be here. You get me? We also have KiitanA. She's a travel and a lifestyle blogger. When you see her, you already know. She looks, oh Jesus. That's all I want to say. And we also have Afua Osei. We're going to get started. We're going to have a good time. We're going to party. We're going to network at the Afro Brunch Lagos. And I want to just thank everyone that came and have waited for a little while. I really appreciate all of you guys' support. And I hope you guys are having a great time here today. And I really want to make sure that we all network, make a new connection, because I think all of us are doing some amazing things in this space. And it's nice that we can have areas and situations where we can all just come together and network and know each other more. So thank you guys again for coming. Make sure you use hashtag the Afro Brunch Lagos and tag We Are the Afro Brunch when you're making your Insta stories and all of that. And yeah, let's get started. I want to introduce our host, Miss Peppo. The beautiful, the lovely. And we're going to get started on our panel discussion right away. Take it from here, Miss. Next up, we have Fisayo Fosudo and we have Afua Osei, the co-founder of Chizi Africa. Please make some noise, make some noise. And our ever-glowing, ever-lovely, ever-amazing moderator, we had to make a speech. Please welcome Noma. She's an amazing more. The title of the conversation is How to Monetize Your Influence on Social Media.
Hi everyone. Hi. I'm KiitanA. I am a lifestyle blogger. I live in LA, and yeah.
So, what does the term influencer mean to you? I feel like a lot of people have different meanings and definition of what that is. I think there are some bad stereotypes or good stereotypes. So, tell us what your definition of it is.
So, just to give you all context, because I run a business that is, it's not about my personality, right? It's a separate brand. When I answer questions, I'm going to speak about it from the context of creating a corporate entity that goes and creates and monetizes media and content as opposed to as an individual. So when we think about influence, it's about being able to drive some type of action or behavior. Sometimes people think that it's just about driving them towards buying things, but for us, when we're saying the influence that we want to have in the world is helping people be more successful at work or in their businesses. So that's how we measure our impact or whether or not we're doing a good job, is that has someone's life improved within these two metrics and variables, and then of course, are we able to make enough money to sustainably run?
I'll say an influencer is someone who creates value with the content that they produce, whether entertainment value or educative value or a combination of both. In the context of content creation, I'd say an influencer is someone who delivers value with the content that they produce.
Now that we've sort of have that definition of what an influencer is, what does the influencer space look like in Nigeria? When you say that you're an influencer, you introduce yourself as that. Do people respect that position? Do people honor it? Let's really talk about stuff.
So, I don't know, I think that it's just like whenever you introduce yourself as that, the reaction it's different, really, depending on who you're talking to. You know, it's really different. A lot of people are still somewhat ignorant to what it is, what it entails, and it also doesn't help that a lot of people who are not necessarily influencers are trying to, you know, identify as that because it's been shown that there's money to be made here in the space. You know, there are these brands and there are these PR companies and they have budgets, you know, and they're looking for people to pay. So everybody's an influencer and all of that. But then again, I think that the conversation has evolved, especially in recent times now. You saying that you're an influencer, most people these days ask another question following that. Oh, what type of influencer? Where do you create content? On what platform? And then the question kind of goes down from there. It all depends on what platform you're on and stuff like that. But I think that in recent times, people take it a lot more seriously now. When I came back to Lagos, started doing YouTube for 2016, 2017, you say you're an influencer, someone's like, what is your real job? Because I don't think that that's something serious. But a lot of people are seeing that there's a lot of work that goes into it these days. So, yeah.
So how have you addressed the haters, people who have not respected that position, and what advice do you give to some of our aspiring influencers or current influencers?
I honestly don't waste energy on that anymore. I also, in all honesty, I'm no longer at a point in my life where I'm even trying to convince you or anyone that what I am doing is valid, you know? Because if it was something that I just kept thinking about, I wouldn't even be here. I'm going to even start from the family that I came from. When I said I was moving to Lagos to do YouTube full time, there was a lot of backlash from people here that, no, that's not something real, it's not a real job and all of that. So what I did, I remember when I had this whole big issue with family and I moved here, I just said to myself, because after explaining, you're explaining, and it's almost as if, especially if you're explaining to people who are from a completely different generation, it's almost as if I put a barrier. They are hearing you, but they're not really listening to what you're saying. So I was like, I'll show you that. And that's it. So I'm at the point now where I'm not really trying to tell you what I do. I want what it is I do to speak for itself. Yeah.
Amen.
Biology, med school, doctor, some sort of doctor. And it wasn't until my junior year of college when I kind of realized I didn't have any passion for it. I just realized it was what I was doing just to do. And I decided I was going to take a year off. And Instagram had just started, so I would post, you know, outfits on there just because it was my passion. I just really enjoyed doing that. There was no such thing as influencer at that point. That was how long ago now. And then I graduated college with my degree in biology. But in my heart, I knew that I wasn't going to be a doctor. I knew that there was something else I was going to do. I didn't know it was going to be this because this wasn't a job. And so I moved to Atlanta with my family. I moved to, and I just started a blog, and I just kept posting. And from there, I posted a hairstyle in like 2016. And people said, "Oh, can you make a YouTube video?" And I kept directing people to the YouTube video that I used to make the hairstyle. And I was like, "Oh, I mean, I'm not a YouTuber. Here is the person who made it." And everyone, they were commenting, and they were like, "Hey, you know, we really want you to make a video," and that's my first video. I redid the hairstyle. And then from there, it just kind of kept picking up. I was consistent. And obviously there were challenges, and money was not flowing, you know, so we had to figure out how to really make it work. But, you know, now it's grown into something that I never even thought it would be. And yeah, I'm really grateful for that. So long story short, the lesson that I would say is you have to kind of live your life for you, because my mom was not happy for the first few years. But in the end, I know they just wanted to be successful. So if you find a way to be successful in something you're passionate about, I think they'll come around, even though, you know, my mom still wants to be the mother of a doctor, but it's okay.
If you would go out and you would do surveys, you would understand their needs. You would look at the data and understand that. And once you understand your audience profile, you would then create content that serves that particular need. You would then create a structure to really measure and analyze your data. So it's not okay, once a month I'm going to look at my analytics. It's every single Friday saying, what did I put out this past week? What worked, what didn't work? And what can I test and experiment on to figure out how I can do better the following week? I think the third thing would then just be to experiment and evaluate how you're going to monetize. Because of course you're putting in your time and energy. And as a business, you would measure that cost. So if you were paying someone for those hours that you spent, and like, okay, I'm spending 150,000, 200,000 naira on someone, if you hired a social media person, you'd want some type of return on their investment. You'd want at least 3x. Right? That's what we say as a minimum. You pay someone's salary, they should bring you 3x in value. So you would then set up a plan and say, how am I going to generate 600,000 naira every single month in the time and the energy that I'm putting in there? Of course, you go back to analyzing your audience and all that kind of stuff. So I tested it out and it worked. I said, okay, this is fun, but I do this all day for work. I don't want to always do it for myself. So sometimes I'll turn it on, sometimes I'll turn it off. But it's really about just stepping outside of yourself and not having it just be about you and what you like, and just say, how can I serve others and create something that they like and that hopefully they want to invest some financial resources in as well.
To add to that, for creatives, I'd say that if you are going to do this, you should also create the kind of content that you want to be paid for. Sometimes you might have to do this for free. You might have to make content that, you know, in the future you see yourself being paid for, and also leverage the tools and analytics. But in the back end, there's so much data. And if you guys know maybe Fisayo Films, I don't know if you are familiar with Fisayo Films. He's a YouTuber, and I've worked closely with him, and this is something that he did. He posted a couple of content and different content but besides seeing a pattern and what people like, and if you check his channel, you see massive growth from there. So leveraging analytics and creating the kind of content that you want to get paid for, or you want to be recognized for.
So I have a question to you. You have a very loyal fan base, right? People love what you post. But when it comes to partnering with brands, how do you make sure that you're not selling out and doing it for the naira or the dollar?
I always have very detailed conversation with them from the beginning. I even went off on Twitter 2 days ago and I did an entire thread, something around this. And the truth is just that when I am working with brands, more than anything, I make conscious effort to make sure that it's collaborative work and not just that they're employing me, paying me money and giving me a script. Like you said, I have an audience which is so shocking right now to me that are very, very low. They know the way I talk, they know the way I start jokes, they know the way I say things, they know the way I do reviews. They're trying to tie me into something that will make none of that possible. So somebody knows that something is up. Both in you're too serious in this video, blah, blah, blah. So what I always do from the beginning is I always say, okay, what do you guys want? I want to know. So most of the time, if they want X amount of Instagram videos, X amount of Instagram pictures, or this much videos, whatever, we have that established from the first videos. I also now ask, what are you guys trying to achieve in this campaign? And then with that, after that, I told them to give me a day or two, and then I come up with video ideas. Especially with YouTube, you have to be very, very deliberate from personal experience. You know, you're just like, you start out like every other person starts out. It's fun. When I started YouTube, I didn't think that I could make a dime on YouTube. I was using Nigerian songs. I was getting copyright strikes. I didn't care. Like, it took them calling me to the YouTube office here in Ikoyi, and they were like, Dimma, sit down here, let us tell you something. And even after they told me, oh, look at all these people, I know that they gave me examples with Michelle Fan, and people, they were like, oh, they're making so much money. I'm like, okay. And then I left. So it took me just going back and applying some of the things that they had said. And then the first time I received my first $100 check, I was like, wow. So they weren't lying, you know. And then it's that, and just me just making very, very like conscious effort now. Just being very deliberate about the content that on YouTube. That's the only word that I say, deliberate. Because with Instagram, right, it's very short. The videos, everything you consume on there, even with IGTV, people still keep it short. And with Instagram, it's almost as if you're forced to watch the video. So you're scrolling, and then it starts playing, and then you're typing, and then before you know it, you're done. With YouTube, it's mostly long form, and the video has to call to action. It has to be the title, it has to be the thumbnail. Something there has to call people to action. So you just can't create content because you want to on YouTube. There's so many things you have to take into consideration. So I always make it very clear to the brands. I'm like, see, YouTube, I can't just do something because you guys want me to. And I also cannot just talk for 5 minutes about your product stops and then nothing else is engaging. People will know. It's not like you don't want people to know that you've been paid. But then you want a video that they will enjoy. That's fine. So I always have that conversation. I bring a couple of ideas, I pitch it. I'm like, okay, these are the ideas that I have. And sometimes if you're trying to, let's say they're trying to get me to cover events and certain things, I'm like, okay, we can actually embed it into like maybe highly requested videos. Okay, people come in, they want to watch these things, or they've been requesting for something for a very long time. Or for example, when I travel and I'm posting on Instagram and oh, everybody cannot wait for the vlog that will come from that. That's a very good video for a brand to plug content into because people are going to watch. So it's always that conversation, and I say no a lot to brands. I know that it's not easy because I remember when I wrote this thread on Twitter, so some people were like, oh, influencers are always blaming PR companies, they cannot take responsibility for anything. And I'm like, you guys have the budget, you do the vetting, you know where your money goes, it's your responsibility to check. Don't let people come swindle you, or you look at followers, because they're notorious for that in Nigeria here. They're not really looking at influence. You saw the way that Afua described what from a corporate end they believe an influencer to be. A lot of people don't think about it like that. They look at numbers here. Oh, they have XYZ numbers. Whereas someone who had 20,000, 30,000 followers sometimes will give you better results. Because people know them for those things. They come to them for reviews. They come to them for personal recommendations. Some people, like, you'll be shocked if I did some sort of poll. You see that? People are following me for so many reasons. But you'll be surprised that some people are following me, for example, just because I have oily skin. Just period. That's the only reason why they are following me. And I will give more results than someone who didn't even talk about beauty products at all, who has never shared what type of skin they have with their audience. So it's being very deliberate. It's having certain conversations from the beginning, and it's just saying things that I cannot do as well. I'm in a position now where I think I've done this for a long period of time, and at least I'm making money off of it. But Nigeria is not easy, and people will collect money from you. You know, it's not the influencer's responsibility sometimes to tell you, no, I can't do this. I know that it is the decent thing to do in certain situations, but people are hungry. So it's your responsibility to check and see, okay, she says she can do it, can she really do it? You know? So I just say, have certain conversations at the beginning, know what you can and can't do, don't lie to people because it will come back and bite you in your bum.
Dimma, I actually have one more question because you said something and you didn't add to it. And I know you guys know. When you went to that YouTube studio, what did they tell you?
That where?
When you went to that YouTube office, what did they tell you? What gem?
See, when I started doing YouTube, there was nobody, because I hear a lot of people talking about how, oh, there was nobody creating content for this niche. And when I started YouTube, I was the only YouTuber I knew doing YouTube from Nigeria. And they themselves, they didn't know. Okay, so I had a video that had trended. It was one eyebrow routine video. And the video was trending, so it appeared on the YouTube Nigeria trending page. So they reached out and they were trying to verify my location. I was like, yes, I'm in Lagos, and they called me in. So it was just the basic things that they really told me. If you do things a certain way, taught me how to use tags, how to work on my thumbnails, those basic things that I feel like are all over the internet now. But then I feel like from where I was at the time, I didn't believe that I could actually make a living off of YouTube.
Okay. For me, kind of different from Dimma is last year I kind of took a break from YouTube, mostly because it was a lot. Long form content, had a lot going on with lots of different brands. And I kind of made the decision to kind of solely focus on my Instagram. And in that way, I got to make a lot more short form content for brands. And I think that kind of helped me just stay consistent, right? But I'm going to come back on YouTube. But I guess the main thing that I would say when I'm trying to work with brands is them letting me keep my aesthetic and the way I edit my photos, the way I also like captions. I try to push back on some of the language they want me to use, just to get their point across. But even before you get to the point where brands are reaching out to you, I think what Fisayo was saying about making content that you in the future might want to get paid for. So making it really high quality and making sure if you want to do makeup tutorials, you're looking at people who are successful and you're finding out, okay, what's a good camera to use, which by the way, iPhones are good cameras, you just have to get the right lighting and stuff. Finding just different ways to set yourself apart from even the same makeup tutorial. I think Dimma does a great job of putting her spin on just an eyebrow routine, whereas, you can come on there and you can just regurgitate something else someone has done, but that doesn't give someone a reason to follow you, because if you already follow Dimma and you just copied one of Dimma's videos, why would they need to follow you when they want to get to know who you are because you're the only one who's you? So I think that's one of the main things that I learned over time. Like, if you're lying to yourself, people will know at some point. So just kind of keep true to yourself.
How often do you see yourself like kicking back against brands? Because in Nigeria here, sometimes it's almost like pulling two. It was the same thing that I was talking about in that thread that I made 2 days ago. It's the fact that these people, for example, they go on my Instagram or they come on my YouTube. Oh, you see my Instagram is a certain way. You see that my pictures are bomb and I edit a certain way and all of that. So you're trying to leverage that. But then you come to me and you're trying to get me to do something that is so out of it. Even with YouTube, it's the same thing. You know me for talking a certain way, saying things a certain way. And I find that in Nigeria here, it's almost, because I feel like maybe with you say no and you kick back a little bit and then you open some sort of dialogue and it's a what can you do and what can you not do. Yeah, to a large extent, it's almost like they take that as a no. So I really want to know, like, how often do you find that you have to kick back? I'm just trying to understand what it is like working with people in the abroad.
First of all, do you have management? Okay. So if you have management versus you don't, there's 2 different ways to do it. So I have management, and a lot of conversations go through them, which makes it easier for me to say what I need to say, right? It doesn't feel personal to me. If they end up saying no, I really don't hear it, right? It's kind of like, oh, they kind of went in a direction. Cool. A lot of times, if I'm just like, I can't do that, and I just kind of tell my management, they go ahead and do whatever, and sometimes it comes back and it's a dialogue, but sometimes they want what they wanted and they want to move on to someone else. And I think you have to be okay with hearing a no for you pushing back on what you're standing for, right? But I do think that the US is a lot more advanced in terms of influencers. I mean, let's just be honest. I have been, approaching people from Nigeria, companies, and the competition is usually short. It just doesn't work. And so I wonder how much pushback you can even really give Nigerian brands.
You can, but then like I explained what happens there a lot, and the reason why I feel like a lot of campaigns always turn out the way they do is that they don't want to hear no, they want people who will say yes to them. And people who say yes to them at the end of the day just say yes, because honestly, a lot of them are not really emotionally or in any way just like, they don't care about your brand that much, they're just after the money. And they keep doing these campaigns that don't leave any impression. And they wonder, and it's because people who will probably do what you want, you don't want to listen to what they are saying. So it's almost that they employ you, and then there's this thing here, it's such a Nigerian thing, or I'm paying you so I can afford to talk to you anyhow. So that happens a lot as well. And it's really interesting. I'm at a point, I guess, where I'll say now, like, I have a reputation. I probably don't hear about it that much, but I know, like, you can't come to me with certain conversations, especially if it involves wasting my time and not paying me. Go say whatever you want. When I came back in 2017, a lot of people were trying to monetize, and a lot of influencers talk about how they are struggling. Like every single time we gather, we are talking about how wicked everybody is. Okay? But then, and I'm like, you can keep talking about all of this. Things change when you say you've had enough. Period. And I remember when I started thinking back, I'm like, I'm not doing this for free because what you see happening a lot here is, oh, please, we don't have a budget now, but next time we have a budget, we're coming to you. And the truth is, it never happened. It's never happened. It never happened. So it's either you stand your ground then or you don't. So I remember when I started thinking back and I was talking about like, you have to pay me, you have to pay me. People went around saying things. A lot of PR companies blacklisted me. It happened. It happened 2 times, 2017, 2018, but we're fine. But then the thing about it is now, am I still working with people? No. Have I worked with some of the people that blacklisted me? Yes. Because the other time they didn't have a budget. Now they come, they're like, Dimma, this time we have money. I'm like, good, we can talk. Because I don't have energy.
And I think it's easy for you to turn down these things when you have a lot coming in. I think a lot of new influencers just want to get, these big brands on their roster, which is why I think a lot of companies take advantage of that and make them do stuff for free. And I think we're at the point where it's like, okay, things are coming in, so if you're not going to give me what I want, I'm going to push you out to the side. Somebody will. And so it is tough. There are things you probably have to do it for free when you first start. And that's fine, because you want to get your name out there, you want to get yourself, known. But at a certain point, when you start to get, more offers and more things, it makes sense to, put your foot down and kind of let people know, these are my rates, this is what I'm going to accept, this is what I'm not going to accept. It might be tough, but, you'll be fine in the end.
I'm sorry, just going to add one more thing. And I know that we're talking about monetization and how you should, get paid and all of that. I'm also not saying that there are things that you shouldn't do for free. But let me explain, because have I worked in situations where I was paid very little sometimes? In recent times, not as much. Maybe 2-3 years ago, I did a lot of that. And it was very, very calculated what I did. I weighed a lot of things. For you to be doing anything for free, there have to be names that, like if you have them down on your rate card media kit, they just get other people's shit. Okay? And nobody really knows what went on there at that point. But then was it a calculated thing you did at the beginning to be able to get other clients? Yes. So if you're in a position to do that, yes. But then I'm also going to highly recommend that you don't do it twice. If a brand comes to you at first and they tell the whole story of not being a budget, but then there are this massive brand that you know that if you have them on your media kit and you've worked with them at a point, every other person comes to shoot, oh, she's worked with these people. Nobody knows what will happen. And in some cases, these people paid, sometimes they didn't pay you well. But what I'm saying is, if that has happened, let it be something very calculated. You weighed it, you be like, okay, it has its advantages for me. But when they come back again, no, you shouldn't do it, because people will come and always try to see how much they can get. If they got away with treating you a certain way the first time, maybe you said yes to it because it was of some benefit to you. I promise you they will come back again. And at that point, you're now in a position, I think, to say no.
Just one more thing, sorry. And when they come to you, still let them know what they should have paid you, if that makes sense. So at that time when you're like, okay, I'll do it for free for this limited amount, but this is how much my rate is. And if you want to calculate that, there's a lot of things online. You can also just decide how much you want to be paid and just put yourself at that standard. But yeah, let them know so that if they do come back, it's not this, okay, well, what is it? And then it's not this full conversation where they could have known, okay, these are my rates, and if you've grown in that time, then they should know that the amount has grown, things like that. So if you're going to do it, let it be calculated, of course, and then, yeah, let them know, like, this is how much you would have paid me for this free thing I'm about to do right now. And also do things because you enjoy doing it. So.
Think about the reason why we started, and always keep the end in mind. And usually there's no end per se, because it's something that you really want to keep doing for a while. It's something that you enjoy doing. You are most likely committing to your passion, and you are telling your story every day, every week. There will always be times where, you know, it's just, things will just suck, and it's just look, things are just going to look bad, or they are not going to be, you know, go the way you want it to go. But what works for me is I just think about why I started. Why did I want to do this in the first place? You know, I wanted to make people see value in this thing. I wanted to make people, okay, know that this is why they should trust this brand, or this is why they should not go with this brand or something. So yeah, I just think about the reason why I started, and I always try to keep the end in mind, sort of an end, because I always have, like, there's a goal that you have in your head, there's where you are going to go to. And if it's not just working out, you are allowed to take breaks, but you know, don't take too much. Don't go away for too long.
I actually get this question a lot, and it's a very, very, very good question, because I feel like a lot of people tend to, we get so focused, how do we keep ourselves going, but then what do you do when you're struggling? And I don't know about every other person. For me personally, creative work is emotional work, you know, and it gets to you mentally. The way we feel sometimes is so tied to views. Sometimes it's not healthy, and sometimes you work towards making that not the case, but then it does happen. Sometimes you can put so much work into a video or a picture or a post, and then it goes up, and then people don't respond that positively to it. What I found to help me, because I feel like people did different things, but what I found to help me sometimes when I don't feel like creating content, or when I'm, like, you know, dealing with a burnout, is just to talk to people. I talk to other creatives, and then I ask them, we start a conversation, and we just talk, and then also have loved ones around you who have been keeping track, and they just kind of remind you how much you've grown. I have those kind of people in my life, and they just kind of remind you. And then when you look back and you see how far you've come, I feel like every time I do that and reflect, I'm always like, I want to do more. Two, sometimes when I feel like I have some sort of deadline with a brand and I really want to get myself in the mood to film, I go on YouTube and I start looking at videos from other people that I really admire. And then for me, it always starts out by watching these cool videos, and before you know it, oh, maybe I should do this, and then you're thinking of something else to do. And then lastly, my dears, I have to pay rent. So if I think of the fact that if I don't put up a video, I can't pay rent, then I'll go and I'll pray and say, Jesus, help me, take the wheel, and I feel. So it's things like this I feel like you have to do, but then is burnout real? Burnout is real, you know? And I feel like irrespective of the fact that we've said all these things to help us with burnout, you should also take care of yourself and know that taking a break and telling people that you're going to take a break, there's also nothing wrong with that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what everyone said. I also feel like there's a big emphasis on mental health right now, like, and I think it's so important because it does get real. Social media has a lot of ups and downs, but it makes you compare yourself sometimes. You start to feel like you're not doing anything, you see everyone else succeeding, right? But everyone has their own journey in the end. I think for me, one thing that I have done to prepare for days that I may not be in the mood is to batch shoot or batch edit everything. So it's like, I kind of know, okay, I need to create this much content. I'm in the mood right now. Let me bang this out while I know I am, so that maybe on Thursday I can just take a day off. So that you kind of take these little days off, or like maybe evenings off or whatever, and that kind of helps when you're not in the mood to just kind of keep it moving. So it is tough. It's like you started out and you do it for a passion, then it becomes your job, and then you have deadlines that are not your deadlines that you created because you know, oh, I'll do this by this day. It's kind of like, this company needs this thing now. And you're like, I really wish I don't know. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to put on makeup. I'm not trying to wear this outfit. But at some point, yeah, thinking about why people follow you is a big thing as well. Because once you realize, okay, people are in some ways looking up to you, right? And you want to make sure that you're keeping up with your integrity, you're keeping up with the consistency that you set for yourself. You want to show people how it's done. So, I mean, those are some things that I've done.
And also, I mean, well, one, you're one of the most hardworking people I know in terms of content and getting things done. This girl is literally up at 6 a.m. like, or 5 a.m. just working, and then like she'll stay up late, and then she has to shoot, and she has to do this. But one thing you did for yourself this year was take time off YouTube, because you realized that you couldn't do it all. You wanted to take a little bit of a break, and then you'll be back eventually.
Yeah, taking a break is fine. So, you know, yeah.
Sure. I just wanted to add a little bit to what Sam said about scheduling. I feel like if you're a content creator creating from Nigeria, I've talked about this before, in Nigeria's fan, you should be scheduling content. Because it's one thing, like the system is not even set up for you. It could be anything, it could be NEPA, it could be generator, it could be so many things. And then the plan you thought you had just goes. So you should be scheduling content irrespective of. I think that it's really important. And also stepping back. Like I know that KiitanA has talked a lot about how, she took a break from YouTube. And for me, the funny thing is that that's kind of me with Instagram. Where I put in the bulk of my work is on YouTube because I feel like I do that because, at least if for nothing else, I'm getting paid on there. And as a result, I think that my Instagram suffers. Every time I look at my Instagram, I'm always like, this page should be doing a lot better than it is if I was just half as consistent. But then it's also me stepping back and being like, I can't come and kill myself. Yeah. So you just, set your priorities and be like, okay, this is what I can do to get XYZ results. And XYZ is what is more important to me. There's nothing wrong with thinking like that. So I feel like you don't get too upset when you feel like you're not growing at the same speed across all the platforms. Something has to give.
If you're creating something that has value, you can actually hire, even if it's an intern, like you don't always have to pay someone to help you achieve your vision of what you want to happen. So if you're not good at recording or editing, you can collaborate with someone who is, somehow work together to get things done. So earlier this year, along with the break from YouTube, I also got someone to help me assist me on the things that I know I don't need to do. So I know I need to be the one filming, I know I need to be the one with the photo shoots and stuff, but there's a lot of admin stuff, there's emails, there's things that if I did every single thing, I would be burnt out instantly, right? So at the time when I realized there was a lot going on and I needed help, then I got it. But you have to be able to check in with yourself and be like, am I doing everything because I need to do everything, or am I doing everything because it's what I've been doing, and how can I change the structure of my business so that I'm not doing everything?
People mentioned something about when it's your passion in the early stages, always like, you will do anything for this, and then it becomes your job, and then it becomes like you sort of have to do this thing. There's this thing that I usually say, if you're going to go on YouTube, if you're going to start a YouTube channel, or if you're going to do maybe creative work, if you have a day job, do not quit your day job if you've not found significant success, or if you're not really sure that this YouTube channel is going to pick up, because you should be sure that your YouTube channel will pick up. You should be sure that what you want to do will be the best thing ever. But if you already have something that is paying you, or if you have maybe something that you're getting income from, you should not just outrightly quit and go into this new field that you want to explore. You should still try to find a way of balancing it out together until you are absolutely ready to go.
Okay, guys. So I want to open it up for Q&A. So I'm sure you guys have some questions.
There was a point, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like when things started happening that I realized I wanted to go lifestyle as well. So I went lifestyle a few years ago. And what lifestyle kind of is just like your whole life. So basically you're able to work with fashion, travel, beauty, home. You can, sell candles. Like you can really do a lot of different things, which kind of helps you have more avenues for money, right? But before you even get there, I think, I graduated in marine biology, didn't have much I could do with it, but I could work in a lab. So I worked in a lab as a lab assistant for my first year when I left college, and I was living at home. So my expenses were really low, and I used that time to kind of start creating a lot more content on Instagram. And then from there, I stopped working at the lab. They were doing layoffs, and my job was just a monster's job, so they just let me go. But they had given me some money to save up, and then I used that to kind of keep going. I took a lot of jobs for very little money, but just I just needed to stay afloat. And then from then, like if you're consistent, it's tough because I know a lot of consistent people that aren't getting traction. So it's like you say, "Oh, be consistent," and it's like people are like, "I'm consistent." I just feel like, keep going. Don't do it because you want to grow. You just need to kind of just do it, have fun with it, collaborate with other people in your same range, and just like learn. YouTube has a lot of information on how to do it. And I feel like if you are looking at what a lot of big people are doing, you can get some tips and tricks on, this person, everyone watches the video all the way through. Why did you watch that video all the way through? Because if you're making a video that you almost can't even watch all the way through, why would you expect someone else to do the same thing? So it's a lot of trial and error, but you can get it.
And on that note,
sorry, 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I wanted to add something real quick because I feel like a lot of us have talked about consistency, but one thing that, like, we've talked about analytics and as well, attention to analytics. But please, guys, take advantage of trends if you can, seasons as well, Instagram, YouTube if you can. Some people who are really big on both platforms, the growth spurts happen in very short periods of time. It's one video, it could be you taking advantage of a trend, and before you know it, you amass this big following. They don't drop off, but then you've kind of brought them in during that period of time. And most of the time, they're not even like interested in the average type of content you create. However, within a specific period of time, you created content that called their attention or got their attention. I remember this very big friend, this girl that created something for Instagram stories at the point, and she was telling me to tag this and tag. It was so shocking because that girl, like, she grew to 300,000 people, like, to followers in like a month. And it's because she started something. I know people say consistency, which is good because it brings in new people, but times when I've actually grown quite a lot on YouTube, it's very specific videos, like my makeup do's and don'ts, videos that go viral, you know, things like that. So take advantage of trends, take advantage of seasons, take advantage of things that are trending. I remember when people were doing my makeup like a particular person on YouTube, a lot of people gained followers during that period. And it's not even you, some people just came search, and maybe they knew the person you were trying to recreate that makeup, and they ended up on your page and they didn't go anywhere. So take advantage of trends, guys. Consistency is important, but sit back and also think of things that could potentially go viral, things like that. Don't just create content for the sake of it, honestly.
thank you, Dimma. And I want you guys to give it up for our panelists. This was a wonderful conversation. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. As you make your way back to your seat.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out part 2 of the Afro Brunch vlog, showing you what I got in the goodie bag and hearing what Chizi Duru has to say about her YouTube and influencer journey. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Bye!